During recent discussions with CEOs and other executive leaders, I picked up a common theme about discussions around artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence knows what customers want before they do. AI can replace the entire creative teams. Personally, I believe that AI can predict trends, but it cannot predict taste yet. Artificial intelligence can process billions of data points, find patterns, and even tell you what's rising. But it still cannot tell you why something feels right, or why one campaign becomes iconic while another one just disappears. Because that why still belongs to us, the marketers or humans behind the brand. Marketers today are integrating AI into campaigns. More and more marketers are using generative visuals, predictive analytics, and social listening. I believe the risk here is that when everyone uses the same tools and data, we get sameness or uniformity, but not innovation. Let's talk about a few recent examples from global brands so you can understand this concept better. There's a certain nostalgia associated with Coca Cola, especially when we think of Christmas. Last year, Coke released their first AI powered Christmas ad. This ad got a lot of criticism for its weird visuals and awkward, unnatural looking faces. Seems the marketers at Coke do not agree. And this year, they launched their new Holidays Are Coming ad that uses generative artificial intelligence. And guess what? Once again, while AI generated visuals were efficient, they lacked the warmth and emotional resonance that Coca Cola is known for. Why do you think that did not work? First, I believe the AI generated faces and settings looked strange or emotionless, making viewers uncomfortable instead of inspired. The ad also felt artificial and disconnected from Coca Cola's usual warmth and human storytelling. I believe that the audiences focused more on the weird animation and the AI look than on the actual product or message. The heavy reliance on generative visuals made the campaign seem more like a tech demo than a genuine brand story. And most importantly, Coca Cola's strength is nostalgia and shared moments. The AI imagery failed to capture real human emotion. What could have Coca Cola done differently? For starters, they could have used AI subtly to enhance visuals, but not to dominate them. They could have focused on real people, reaction, and stories that align with Coca Cola's emotional brand tone. They should have tested the audience reactions early. This could have flagged the uncanny vibe before the release. They should have used AI as a creative tool, but not made AI the star of the video. Let the technology support storytelling instead of being the story itself. And most importantly, they should have tried to keep the brand's warmth. Any AI experiment should still feel joyful, human, and unmistakably Coca Cola. Let me give you another example KFC. Last year, KFC rolled out a campaign promoting new saucy nuggets, and they used AI generated visuals of a hand holding chicken with the slogan, "The more fingers you have, the more fingers you can lick." The visuals showed a hand with 6 fingers holding the nugget. And as we all know, that's a known glitch in many AI image generators. Now, this idea seemed to reference AI's flaws in a humorous way. AI cannot get hands right, but we still make great chicken. And the brand trusted the meme. Social media reaction for this ad was mostly negative. Many users found the visuals uncanny, creepy, or simply off. Some commenters framed the campaign as an example of AI replacing human artists in a way they found troubling. The idea did not resonate with the target audience. Why do you think this did not work? I believe the hook was not itself correct. Psychologically speaking, any unnatural visual makes us feel uncomfortable. A hand with 6 fingers is a small anomaly, but one that triggers discomfort in viewers. Using that as the hook was risky. I also believe their humor misfired. KFC tried to make the AI mistake part of the joke, but many interpreted it as an error rather than a witty, self-aware move. There was a lot of confusion around the message. Instead of focusing on the product, which was the saucy nuggets, the attention shifted to the odd imagery and the AI angle. This could have overshadowed the main offer. There's a heightened concern about AI replacing creative jobs. So showing AI too prominently in ads can actually easily draw criticism. I also believe there was a mismatch with the brand authenticity. For a brand like KFC, known for its comfort food and traditional heritage, the edgy AI gimmick clashed a bit with the core brand tone. What could have KFC done differently? First, they should have kept the focus on the product. Let the visual serve the food, not just the tech gimmick. Again, I think they should have used the artificial intelligence elements a little more subtly. If you're using AI's quirks, ensure it enhances the story rather than distracts from it. You have to test the AI comprehensibility. Before a full rollout, test whether the six-finger joke is seen as humorous and not disturbing, and let the human craft dominate. Use artificial intelligence as a tool, not the star of the show. You have to preserve the human artistry of food marketing. And most importantly, you have to stay on brand. Especially for legacy brands like KFC, any new tech experiment should still feel on message with what the brand stands for. I believe that AI does a good job at recognizing patterns. Brands like Nike and Sephora use artificial intelligence for demand prediction, dynamic pricing, and campaign optimization. AI can determine when a trend is gaining momentum and when it is likely to decline. This helps brands capitalize on high demand periods while minimizing excess inventory. The AI-driven approach also ensures that brands optimize their products launches based on geographical insights. This is a critical factor for GCC markets where seasonal preferences, cultural influences, and travel patterns have a big influence on purchasing behaviors. However, pattern recognition does not always equal creativity. Artificial intelligence can tell you what people are buying, but it cannot tell you what they will desire next, at least yet. It should be our human judgment that should define the tone, the cultural resonance, and the long-term brand equity. How can we marketers use AI without losing taste? I suggest that you use AI for discovery and not for direction. For example, I would use AI to surface weak signals, but I use my own insight to interpret them. Pair data with culture. Numbers should show the trends, but the culture explains why they matter. And protect your creative risk. Data can guide you, but taste comes from intuition and courage. As marketers, our edge is not the data set, it's our judgment, and that's what separates leaders from AI operators. The next generation of marketers will split into two schools of thought. The first one would be those who manage algorithms, and the second one would be those who shape culture. Artificial intelligence can execute and optimize, but only humans can create the brand resonance and emotional connection. If you want to lead in 2025, cultivate taste. It's the one skill machines still cannot do better than us marketers. So the next time someone says AI knows what people want, I want you to ask them, if that's true, why do AI-generated ads often feel the same? Trends are predictable, but taste is not. And that is what successful marketing is about.